Welcome to another tutorial on how to use the conditional block with Pluxbox. If you're enjoying this tutorials, don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a new video. Let's start with creating a data collection. Go to Work Data, Collections and click on New Collection. I'll name it Movies. For the data structure, add an element named Title with the input type set to text. Then, add an element named Genre and this time set the input type to Static option. We need to give this element some options, so select the first one. For options, I'll choose 3 different movie genres: thriller, horror and animation. Let's save our collection. Now go to Data Explorer to add data in the movies collection. I'll write 7 for the first movie and its genre is thriller. For the next movie, let's add Shrek, which is an animation. And then we can go for another animation like Moana. I will add 2 more movies in the same way. Now that our data collection is ready, let's go to the workspace. Here I will create a container for movies cards. Add a container, set the position to relative, and set the width to 100%. For the layout, set the direction to right, give a padding of 24 and a space between of 16 pixels. I'll name it the main container. Next, add another container and drag it inside the main container. Set its position to relative, and the direction to bottom. Give it a padding of 12 pixels and also a space between of 12 pixels. You can choose any background color for your card. I'll name this container Movie Card. Next, add a text element, drag it inside this container and name it Title. Set its position to relative, choose Thin as font family and increase the size. Then I will copy this element and name it Age Group Children. For this text element, set the font family to regular and reduce the size. Now I will copy this element once more and this time, I'll name it Age Group Adults. Let's give these text elements a value. For the first one I'll write for children. And for the other one I'll write for adults. But we make these 2 elements invisible. Let's add a load event to the view. Then add a live list block, choose Collections, and select Movies. Connect the load event to the live list and add a get data block. For the path, choose Edges. Next, add a loop list block and connect the get data block to it. Select the movie card container and connect the loop list to the position attribute. Now we need to go inside the loop list block, so double-click on it. For the first step, add a getData block. Connect the value attribute to the object attribute of getData block. For the path, choose Node and then Title from our data structure. Now select the title and connect the getData block to the value attribute of this text element. Let's see the result. Here we have all the movie titles from our collection. Now we want to say which ones are for adults, so for the second path select Node and then Genre. Then we add a conditional block. Connect the value attribute to the left attribute of the conditional block. For the right attribute write horror and save it. Then add another conditional block and do the same thing. But this time for the right attribute, write thriller. For the next step, add an OR block and connect it to both conditional blocks. Because we want to say if the genre is horror or thriller, show it's for adults. Add a flip block. Then select the adult age group element and connect the flip block to the visibility attribute. So if the genre of the movie from our collection is horror or thriller, it will flip the adult age group text from invisible to visible. Next, add another conditional block, and this time for the right attribute, write animation. Again, add a flip block and connect it to the conditional block. This time select the children age group element and connect the flip block to the visibility attribute. Let's check the result. As you can see, if the movie genre is animation, there is a text that says for children, and if the genre is thriller or horror, it says for adults. Thanks for watching this tutorial.